David here with Figboot on Pens, back again with another review. I get a lot of questions from folks about pen storage. I utilize a wide variety of options. It's rather scattered. I have several different wood cases, a couple of custom cases, a wood toolbox, some IKEA drawers. Yeah, it's all over the place. But what I don't have is a lot of what I would describe as quality portable storage. I have a number of wraps that I like. I also use some of these inexpensive 48 pen cases, which do the job, but aren't anything special to write home about. So I've been looking at more quality portable storage options, and I thought it would be a good time to feature an option from Esterbrook. And that would be their Pen Nook line of pen cases. What I'm going to do today is go over the parts and features of the Nook line, talk about what I care for and what I don't care for about it, as well as demonstrate what pens do and do not fit in this storage option. I have 3 cases to show to you today, one for 2 pens, one for 6, and another for 12. Thanks go out to Kenro Industries, the owners and distributors of Esterbrook, for providing these cases on loan for review. In order to get a closer look at these storage options, please join me over here at camera 2. There are 5 different cases in the Nook lineup, and I have 3 to show you. Now that's Nook, N-O-O-K, not to be confused with Nock, N-O-C-K, which is a different company. But we have a 12 pen case, and then there is a 6 pen case, and then a 2 pen case. Now they do also offer a 3 pen case as well as a single pen sleeve. But these are the ones that we're going to be looking at today. Just to give you a quick look, this is that 2 pen case. And then here is the 6. And then here is the 12. In order to get a closer look at these, let's just focus on the 6 pen case. For the most part, the cases are constructed the same, with only a variation in size. This one fits well into the frame. Now, these are the new designs for these cases. The previous design actually utilized a drawer that would slide out. And in my opinion, those trays were a little bit cumbersome. So right off the bat, I feel the decision to alter the design was a wise one. The case is made from a navy synthetic leather. It is very soft. The top has a bit of padding, making it even softer to the touch. The sides and the bottoms while still soft, are a bit firmer. I do like the red stitching. Let's get a little close-up of the red stitching there. I think that it contrasts well against the navy. The Esterbrook name is laser engraved on the front. And then we have the closure, which is a snap. And I like the detail of having the Esterbrook Eternity symbol on the snap itself. The snap is magnetic, which I feel is a good thing. It has enough attraction that it's not going to come undone on its own, but it can be removed with minimal effort. Then, when you close it often enough, it will just go ahead and complete the snap. But if it doesn't, just a very slight tap will do the trick. On the inside, it is lined with fabric. On the fabric, again, is the Esterbrook Eternity symbol. The symbol is basically 2 E's facing each other. The bottom of the case is padded again and very soft. Then there's this piece of elastic here to help keep your pens in place. I also like how this bottom piece here can either be up, providing a little bit more protection while you have the case open, or you can flip it out of the way. Okay, now let's see what pens fit in here. First of all, we have this Esterbrook Camden composition. This is an interesting pen. I'm loving the retro school vibe. I'll be reviewing this in the somewhat near future, and it fits in here just fine. Also, here is a Kaweco AL Sport, which I recently reviewed and am giving away to a lucky viewer. It fits in here nicely as well. So you can see even the shorter pens fit in here well. In regard to the other pens, I decided to go with rather large ones so you could see how they fit, because small pens will fit in here just fine. The first one is the Sailor King of Pen in Ebonite, and that slides in there just fine. Then next we have the Leonardo Momento Zero Grande in the primary manipulation material. and that fits in there as well with a little bit of movement. Then next we have something that is fairly large, which is the Classic Pens LB5, which is just a little bit larger than the Sailor King of Pen. And that's pretty much, it's butting up against the edge. And so that's pretty much as large as you could get in this case. Something like a Namiki Emperor is going to be too large and not fit in there. And then finally, a Visconti Homo sapiens, which fits in here nicely as well. Now, the pens are very secure in here. In order to get them out, you do need to, for the larger pens, for a smaller pen, they come out just fine. And even for something like this composition, they will come out just fine. But for the larger pens, you have to exude a little bit of force because you really can't get your finger on the outside in order to pull them out. I think if maybe the reason is because the elastic is right in the middle of the pen. If it was down just a little bit or slightly, then you could kind of tilt it up and it might be easier to get it out, as opposed to the pressure being equal on both sides of the pen. So in order to get the pens out, you have to kind of pull a little bit on the clip in order to get those out. And over time, it might loosen up, but you have to basically pull on the clip and exude a little bit of force in order to get those to come out. So I like that this case keeps the pens very secure. With the hard exterior and soft interior, I have no worries about transporting even my most prized pens in this case. Depending on the size of the pen, it can be a bit challenging removing it from the case. Up next, we have the 12 pen case, and I have this preloaded with a bunch of Pilot pens. I'm usually not a completist, but in my collection, I believe I have just about every Pilot Custom and Pilot Custom Heritage model that you could have. Not all the variants of the models, but just the models. So we have a custom Urushi, we have an 845, we have an 823, a 743, a 742, a custom Heritage 912, a custom Heritage 92, a custom Heritage 91, a custom 74, and then for fun, this is a Stella 90S or Stargazer. Maybe one of these days, I should do an overview of all of the Pilot line. Let me know in the comments if that's something that you would be interested in seeing kind of comparisons between all of the custom and custom Heritage line. And then finally, here is the double pen case. Now, I put a couple of pens in here, which were my Pen 18111s, just because I thought it would look nice, because they're pretty much a pair of pens. This is the Night Sky Sakura and the Pink Sakura. They're fairly large pens. They are flat on the end, but then they don't have traditional clips. So I will say that I put them in here, and it's going to be a challenge to get them out, because I really can't fit my finger in here. I really can't grab onto this clip. It's not really meant for that. It's not a clip. It's basically just an attachment there onto the barrel. So I'm going to have to use something else to actually pry them out. So these particular pens aren't going to be ones that really work well with this case. While they're very protective, they do sit in here very deep, and they're not going to get harmed in here. The ease of getting them out is going to be difficult. So something like this that is a longer pen with flat ends is probably not going to work well for this particular case. It's something a little bit shorter, maybe with tapered ends that you could reach in there and grab, or something that's going to be more ideal here. The Esterbrook Nook series is available at a number of retailers. The 12 pen case retails for $140. The 6 pen Nook sells for $120, and the double pen Nook sells for $76. As I mentioned before, there's also a single pen sleeve, which is available for $15, and a 3 pen case rounding out the line, which sells for $100. Now, I like these cases. Now, when you're using larger pens, as you saw, that there's some ease of use issues, but in fairness, I was really testing these with the largest pens I have in my collection. Standard size pens and below have a higher ease of use. Okay, thanks again go out to Kenro Industries for providing these cases on loan for review. I have a few things lined up for Kenro in my queue that you will be seeing here in the near future. There was that composition model, maybe a new ink, maybe a new Montegrappa, we'll see. Good stuff coming. But until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.